It has been almost a week since the arraignment of Andrew McGann, the man accused of killing a husband and wife hiking with their two daughters at Devil's Den State Park.
Tonight, one big question remains: why was McGann's arraignment closed to the public? 5 News reporter Bo Russell has been digging for answers.
I've gotten a lot of questions through email and social media about McGann's arraignment, but before I get to those, let me back up and quickly recap what's happened since McGann was arrested. On August 1st, Andrew McGann made his first appearance before a judge for an 8.1 hearing. Media was allowed into the lobby of the Washington County Jail's courtroom, where the courtroom's live feed was played through a TV in the lobby. A few weeks later, on August 14th, media arrived at the county jail for McGann's arraignment and were greeted by a court order on the door, prohibiting media from recording inside or around the courtroom. That's not unusual in high-profile cases like this one. What was unusual, however, was that the TV and speakers were turned off, and black paper covered the window looking into the courtroom. When asked about the decision to close the hearing to the public, Washington County Prosecutor Brandon Carter had this to say.
This office has released all of the facts of the investigation that it's ever going to release in this case.
Following the hearing, I posted this video on 5 News social media accounts explaining what had happened at the county jail. We immediately received comments and emails seen here, raising questions and concerns as to why the hearing was closed to the public. Even State Senator Terry Rice of Waldron raised questions about this during a Game and Fish in Arkansas State Police meeting.
I read an article while we were sitting here about the judge closed the courtroom today and even taped over the one window that you could see in the courtroom, but I don't understand that either.
I spoke with Rice again today. He tells me that there needs to be transparency and that laws are in place for a reason. According to Arkansas State Code 1610-105, a judge can only close a hearing to the public if they file an articulate and specific reason as to why the public's viewing of the hearing would hinder a defendant's right to a fair trial. So that catches us up to speed on the August 14th arraignment. Since then, 5 News has submitted Freedom of Information Act requests to the Washington County Prosecutor's Office, Public Defender's Office, and the Sheriff's Office, asking for all recorded discussions regarding the decision to close the arraignment to the media. Now, just moments ago, we received a response from the prosecutor's office saying the 4th Judicial District Prosecuting Attorney's Office does not have any records relevant to your request. The decisions referenced in your inquiry were made by the court independently and without any motion or input from this office. I reached out to Judge Joanna Taylor's office multiple times and received the same response each time. We're not going to talk about this case. Earlier today, I spoke with a member of the Judicial Discipline and Disability Committee. They were not able to provide comment on this case, but did tell me there is, quote, rule of judicial conduct that judges are expected to follow. I reached out to McGann's defending attorney, Katherine Street, and she wasn't able to comment on this case or on the judge's decision to close the courtroom to the public.
And so, Bo, you mentioned that a legal reason has to be given if a judge does decide to close a courtroom to the public.
Yeah, that's right. The U.S. Constitution and the Arkansas State Constitution, they both guarantee a defendant's right to a, quote, fair and speedy trial and public trial. That was not the case here, and a reason has not yet been given as to why the courtroom or why the judge decided to close the courtroom. They legally have to give a reason as to why they're going to close the courtroom. So far, despite my best efforts, reason has not been given. So, we sent out those FOIA requests. Hopefully we're going to have more information soon.
All right, well, that's why we're looking into it.
My goodness. All right.